How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mike. Today I'm gonna tell you the true story about my hair. So if you've been following me from my aviation channel or here or on Instagram, wherever, chances are you either are supportive of my dreadlocks or you're one of the critics who have told me to go cut it off. But whoever you are, I want to tell you the real story behind it, because I feel like different feedbacks have been given to me on how to or what to do with my hair. But I want to give you the true story behind it, because I didn't just wake up one day with dreadlocks. This hair is very, very intentional. Disclaimer here, I did not grow my hair for some cultural appropriation or for fashion, because I've had people literally ask me like, hey, is this a trendy thing? Like, no, I don't do it. If I did, honestly, like some of you who watch my videos, you should if you watch my videos and you saw me doing all kind of like crazy stuff with my dreadlocks, then it would be more fashion, right? This is how I wear my hair for the most part. I just tie it, boom, and I'm done. So I didn't do it for cultural stuff. I didn't do it for fashion. The reason why I decided to grow my hair out was more of a spiritual journey. And I'll tell you the story. So I started growing my hair back in July, I would say either July or early 2013. And it just so happened that at the time was when I met my girl, who is now my wife. Until then, I had never really been in any type of serious relationship, right? So it's a perfect coincidence. And this hair for me is, man, if you grow dreadlocks, there's actually a lot of good things, a lot of life lessons that you'll learn, because you will go through different phases. There's the starting phase where you're excited and you don't know what's to come. So basically the process of growing dreadlocks is, first you grow an afro. So you have to grow your hair to like 3 or 6 inches, and then you start messing with it. You start doing rolls, I think that's what they call it. But you go through that phase where you start twisting your hair, and you can do this yourself or get a professional to help you with it. And then you go through what's called an ugly phase. And I went through that, where your hair just looks a mess and you don't know what to do with it. You don't know if you should step out with it. But I would say just rock it with pride, okay? So you go through an ugly phase, and then you would go through like the true beginning stages of locking your hair. And this is when your hair has grown to a certain amount where now you can go to a salon and have it locked properly. Then once it's locked, then you leave it alone. And then what you do is just the upkeep. Depending on videos of people you watch. Now, this is not a hair channel, this is just my channel where I'm talking about my own story. With my own hair, I do nothing. What I do is, once this hair was locked a few years ago, I just leave it alone. And so every few weeks, or in some cases, I would wait 3 months to go and get it washed and get it so basically your hair will have what's called new growth in the root, and you just have it locked in with the rest of your hair. And that's mostly what I've done with my hair. But again, back to the reason why I decided to go on this journey. So for me, I was at a place in my life where I wanted to be more spiritually connected. And also, full disclaimer is that I'm a Christian. I was born and raised a Christian, and I believe in Jesus Christ. But this practice honestly didn't even have much to do with whether I'm a Christian or any other religion. I just wanted a spiritual experience where I felt closer to my higher power, whether you believe in God or not. So that was what this was for. That was the first reason, was just to have a better spiritual practice. And also, I wanted to commit to something long term. When I think of who I was then, and I was obviously much younger, my dreadlocks are now 7, 8 years old. But when I think of the person I was then, I was very much living the fast life. Like, you look at me now, you would never think that. But a lot of things that I was doing was very short-lived. I lived for the thrill of just that, like, get it done, get there fast. That was me. I never really committed to anything. I never committed to anybody. I didn't want anything to do with long-term relationships. You can ask my wife now. Like, if she tells you the story of how we met, I didn't want to be in a relationship. You know what I mean? And that was just the person I was then. So in growing my dreadlocks, though, it basically helped shift my mind towards becoming more committed, to long-term process. So the process took me through a journey where I had to fully commit. Because guys, like anything else that you do, growing your dreads is you're gonna get to a point where you get tired of it and you don't want to go through with it anymore. And I've seen people go through it where they start and then boom, life hits, or they change their mind at some point. But that wasn't the case for me. I stuck with it, and that's how I have all of my hair now. It just so happened that it was around the same time that I got together with my girl. And until her, I never really, the longest relationship I'd been in at that time was maybe a few months. That's it. You know, I was always about career and go getting, all of that good stuff, right? Again, ironically or coincidentally, I met my girl then. And so just dating her led to this long-term thing. Now we're married, we have a beautiful daughter together. And that's really what this experience taught me, was to have a mind shift to committing to process. And really you can apply this lesson to anything else you do in life. There's a process to go through everything. And because we also live in a world of touch and click or snap, you know what I mean? Even like when you drop a video on social media or a picture, you expect likes like almost immediately. That's the world we live in now. Nobody really enjoys or humbles themselves to actually be patient and go through a process. And in growing my dreadlocks, that's what I've learned. Now, add into that, as the year went by, my spiritual practice got better. Again, I'm a Christian. And so over the years, more of the benefits from going through this journey is that I have a better spiritual practice. Again, coming from a Christian background. This is not a video about religion or anything. Whatever it is that you're practicing, I always encourage anyone to be more spiritual than religious, right? Because I believe in energy. Whether you believe in God or you believe in goddesses, whatever, I believe in energy. And when you have a better spiritual practice, you become more stable, because life can be chaotic. And my lifestyle, guys, very, very chaotic. And there are moments where I just find myself being pulled from everywhere. And this is one of the things that keeps me grounded. And that's why I initially said yes to doing this. And then again, over the years, it's gotten better. Again, I went through that beginning stages and then the ugly phase and then having my hair locked. Also, one of the challenges I had in moving from different cities to cities is when it becomes about your hair. I don't know about anybody else, I'm very particular who I let touch my hair. And also being a dude, you know, it's crazy because I feel like women have gone through this their entire life. I still have what's called baby scalp. Like I cringe very much if somebody pulls on my scalp. But I think I found a new respect for women, because again, their hair pulled is crazy. I can't stand it. But also, one of the challenges for me was finding the right people to help with this journey and helping me maintain and all of that good stuff. And I travel often, so I would love where I get to like work on my own hair and wash, and I tried that in the past, but I prefer to have the professional do it. Right, so every so often or every few weeks, I go in, I maintain it, and I just leave it alone. It does give you a different look, and in some cases, different way people perceive you, I don't know, but it is my own practice, it is my own hair, so it's hard for me to tell how people perceive. But I wanted to tell the true story behind it. I didn't do it for fashion. I didn't do it for cultural appropriation or whatever anyone else may have think. This is genuinely about being more spiritual. That's why I grew my hair. And for somebody who is also from Lagos, Nigeria, there's a saying that the elders used to say, is that your hair is the protector of your destiny. Okay, if you go home to Nigeria, you'll hear something like that. And I remember my grandmother always saying that. Actually, she would say that your hair is the protector of your destiny. A lot of things that I grew up with also help in this decision. And again, it would just happen at a different stage in my life than where I wanted to be better as a person. I wanted to mature better, and I truly wanted to learn how to commit to something or someone long term. And I obviously also wanted a much more better spiritual lifestyle. I was living la vida loca, guys. I was really out there. So, and this helped, bring me back, gave me better standing, and I love my hair. I respect it. And for anyone out there who is looking to do something similar, you don't have to grow your hair, but I'm hoping that you find a good practice for you to be more connected and to be more spiritual. And by connected, I mean with yourself, because sometimes in this chaotic world, you will find yourself that you need to isolate yourself and also be able to trust yourself and stand your ground. And so that's what this has done for me with this practice. And I don't plan to ever cut my hair. That's another thing. And I'm saying that publicly right now. So if I come to you in another 20 years and I make a video and I'm like, man, cut this thing off, or you see me with a shorter hair, it's not gonna happen. This hair is for a lifetime. As everything else, when I think of everything else that I'm involved in right now, even things that I talk about on this channel, I am a long-term investor in everything. When I think of marriage, family, everything that I'm doing right now with what I love to do with aviation and flying, I don't look at it as, oh, this is something I can do for a window of time, or when I get bored, I can move to something else. No, I take on anything I do now as forever. It's a lifetime journey for me. And so that's my state of mind. That's how I think about things now. That's how I approach a lot of the things that I do. Okay, and that's the story behind my hair. Leave it or take it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it helped answer some of you who have either left comments or asked me about my hair. I hope this gives you a better picture of the reasoning behind it. Okay, if you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, guys, if this is your first time. Again, my name is Mike. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.